Lisa Lincoln.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'd like to bring our public comment period to order, and
Mr. Norman, you would step to the podium, state your name and where you reside, and you will have 3 minutes to talk to the council.
My name is Timothy Norman. I reside at 511 East Union Street, Morganton, North Carolina. Good evening, council members and mayor. Regarding the proposed zoning updates, obviously my concerns have been made to you via several outlets. I'm certainly not a politician, but apparently have become an advocate, it appears. I am a believer in a balanced zoning of residential and business interest, but I am more of a believer in harmony in the community. The amortization part of the zoning update needs to be deleted so that we can continue to, so that I can continue and others like me can continue to serve a delicate and ethnic diverse community that spends a significant amount of money in Morganton. Again, I've forwarded proposals to most parties involved, and basically, let's all live in harmony. Thank you.
thank you, sir.
Mr. Bailey?
Don Bailey, 207 Lost Corner. Gentlemen, if you have it in front of you, I'd like to just briefly go over a little outline that I wanted to address some issues. December 13 through September 14, I've been to this body and asked questions. Now we're up to 71 when you start reviewing your October decisions packets that were left in your office to Kelly Russell. March of 2014, after asking 3 of 71 questions, there were some things that happened where my wife was threatened, contacted at work, and 2 people went out to visit her at a public meeting. So what we're going to have to work with is not us coming here talking to you, but you're going to have to start talking back. Mr. Thompson, are you going to answer any of my questions tonight, please? Mr. Fleming, will you answer any of my questions tonight, please? Mr. Simmons, will you answer any of my questions tonight, please? Mr. Cottrell, will you answer any of my questions tonight, please? City Attorney, will you? City Manager, will you? Mr. Mayor, will you? I don't understand, you're just staring at me. How are we going to fix the problem? You sent somebody to call my wife and threaten her. You sent 2 people out to visit her at a public meeting to threaten her to keep me from talking. And you're denying it, Mr. Mayor? Did it ever happen? Was that were you just communicating with me? You shook your head no. It didn't happen? Reading on to the 3rd page at the bottom, since all of you are taking the 5th, which is not granted to you under the Constitution of the United States, if you go back over to the very last page, under Section 8 of the General Constitution, Article 6, anyone that disqualified could be for denying Almighty God. If at least one of you read on there, you were asked, do you believe in Almighty God? If you can't even answer those kind of questions, when will you resign? Thank you.
Richard Garrison.
Gentlemen and ladies, it's been a good while since I've spoken before this council. I'm here tonight to echo some comments and to offer some others. I'm Richard Garrison, 105 Kimberly Drive here in Morganton. The code of silence and no response from elected officials are not legal under the U.S. Constitution and the North Carolina Constitution as previously covered. These illegal acts represent taking the fifth. Also, there are illegal violations of your oath of office, code of conduct, penalty of perjury for not telling the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. As covered in Mr. Bailey's 20-page document of October 6th and September 8th, given to the elected officials, there are repeated illegal violations of the U.S. Constitution, North Carolina Constitution, North Carolina general statutes, and local ordinances. There's no legal authority for we do not have to respond to the public. As covered in his 10/6/2014 and 9/8/2014 document request pages concerning specific U.S. constitutional, North Carolina constitutional, and North Carolina general statutes and local laws. Will you answer our questions? Councilman Thompson, Councilman Fleming, Councilman Simmons, Councilman Canton, City Attorney, City Manager, Mayor. North Carolina Constitution, Article 6, Section 8, disqualification for office. Taking the fifth immediately disqualifies you from office for any person who shall deny the being of Almighty God. When will each of you offer and surrender your resignation? And I'm reading Section 8, disqualification for office. The following persons shall be disqualified for office. First, any person who shall deny the being of Almighty God. Thank you.
Mr. Elmer?
Dr. Z. Summer, 101 Urbandale Lane. I just want to read you some things. What was the legal authority that a reported secret meeting decided the definition of full and accurate minutes for North Carolina General Statute 160-A-72 and 171 should now be one-word summaries? Per the approved minutes for the 8/4/2014 meeting, this one-word description instead of full and accurate minutes, action was started and will continue going forward. North Carolina School of Government lawyers John Stevens and A. Fleming Bell have written Part 1 Guidelines for Good Practices and Part 2 Common Practice and Legal Standards for Public Comments at Meetings of Local Government Boards. Who was at the secret meeting and made the decision as a question. Your failure to answer will be further proof that your claim, the Fifth Amendment. Prior to the vote to approve the 8/4/2014 minutes, no one ever mentioned that there had been a change to the minutes, full and accurate process, and investigators have been told that 4 elected officials did not vote. That's a question. The minutes approved by 4 to 0 votes at the 9/8/2014 meeting appears to have taken place without the 4 elected officials knowing anything. Will you answer that question? Will you be answering it? Elected officials Thompson, Fleming, Simmons, Cantrell, City Attorney, City Manager, and Cohen. North Carolina Constitution, Article 6, Section 8, disqualification for office. Taking the fifth immediately disqualifies you from any office person who shall deny the being of Almighty God. When will each one of you turn in your resignation? Disqualification for office. The following persons shall be disqualified for office. First, any person who shall deny the being of Almighty God.
Mr. Reese?
Thank you. Good gosh, folks, you can't behave like this. It's crazy. Join the 82nd Airborne. 166 Baumgartner Drive. It's Drexel down Morganton. That's a different story. For you guys up here, I gave you a sheet, the highlighted part. You know, like Stockman's Corner, you see the websites. Everybody record that. I'll give you, if you want a copy. You know, gives a clear story what the hell's going on in this country. Airborne. By the way, okay, anything else? Okay, I was RA 1668604. You know, was a regular. Spec 4, participated Swift Strike 2 and 3, jumped on over in Andrews Air Force Base for demonstration. We've been down to Elgin Air Force Base in Florida to jump into Cuba Airborne. I can't believe you people. Okay, what's next? Okay, read it. Oh, this is a discussion. I went to the Hildebrand town meeting, the last one. The reason I did is I'm learning Spanish. There's a lady named Pat, and she started inviting us to, participate. I didn't even know what it was. And there's a man named Shepard. He submitted that so this has to do with the expansion of a senior center on the east side. Okay? I can't believe you people. Anyway, the guy gave his program, and he said, 2006. Today's 2014, and that man is probably, I don't know what he's, 60, 70? What's wrong with you guys? Get excited. All right, next part. You can all record that. Drexel, I want to know why Drexel was changed to, use the term Morganton. It's crazy. It's Drexel. People are born in Drexel and stay in Drexel. All you need is a zip code. So it's simple. Oh, next one. A dead water, it has to do with in your water system. If you, especially if you live on, okay, let's assume that it's a 10-degree drop, just for assumption. That water will, just stay there. It will not go back. So I request immediately that all downhill lines get drained. Comprendo? All right. What's else you know? Oh, one other thing. When this where the lawyers come in, you piss me off. There's some good lawyers. Listen, everybody's good and everybody's bad. You see, we could transgress every time. But I'm upset. Let me get some water.
Your time is up, Mr. Reese.
Oh, you crazy. Airborne. You full of shit. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stick around. But this is what these people say. Get lost. Airborne.
That's all we have.
Mr. Mayor, may I say something for the record and for the public and for the people that are here? There have been no secret meetings of this council, certainly not in the 2.5 years I've been the city attorney. In fact, we've only had 2 closed sessions that I can remember. To allege otherwise, well, I'll just say it's beyond irresponsible. I have no idea what any of the speakers were talking about when they talked about the Fifth Amendment. We're not on trial here. We're not judges. You're voters or citizens. You're not judges, and that's what we're talking about. It's the public comment time. It's your time if you want to use public comment to address this council. It is not a conversation time with the council members. You're all free to come anytime and talk to any of the council members or the city manager or me. Mr. Bailey has done that frequently. He knows full well you can do that. I just feel that the attacks on the council have become totally out of hand.
Could you show us somewhere in writing what you're saying is legal? Because we cannot find it anywhere.
And I suggest if you feel a need to pursue it, otherwise you consult your own legal counsel. If you think this city or the city council or any of the staff have done anything illegal or unethical, you should pursue that instead of continuing to come up here every month and repeat the same thing and hand up these papers that repeat the same thing over and over and over. And now Mr. Garrison and Mr. Omer have decided to repeat the same thing over and over and over.
I'm trying to
I'm
make you
sorry.
hear, sir.
Are you telling me what I can do and not do under the legal system of America?
Absolutely not. You can do what you need to under the legal system.
Then
I'm
you just
telling
say
you-
I'm coming up here over and over again and talking about things? There's 71 different questions.
And haven't you figured out by now that you're not going to get the council members to answer you in the public meetings
That's
when
what
you ask
we
the
want.
same
We
things
want you
over
to
and over?
quit not answering. We want you to keep on the same track record.
I'm sorry, I got carried away, Mr. Mayor.
And by the way, there are people on that dais who will tell you there was a secret meeting.
Secret from everyone, apparently.
Public comment time is over. We will come back to session at 6 o'clock. We're in recess.
Copy this. The Stockman's Corner. You know, that's a website. Look at anymore.com. The quotes, that's what it says. Or it's just that simple. You know, you're going to answer. Got it now. Did you look at the quotes?